Every morning, 13-year-old Kase Williams goes through the same gruelling routine. Breathing in and out of his nebulizer to clear his mucus-filled lungs. This is the life of a child with cystic fibrosis, the deadly inherited disorder which cuts life expectancy to just 37 years.
What is it like for you living with cystic fibrosis?
It's annoying, but you're kind of getting used to it.
I guess you're used to hospitals too, eh?
Yeah.
Kase has a close-knit whānau who give him all the awhi and aroha he needs.
How are you? Good, how are you?
But it's still a devastating diagnosis for this sports-mad kid from Te Papaiuia.
What has it meant for sports and things like that?
When I have a bad bug, I struggle to keep up with other people and like running stuff. And I have to take my nebulizer to my mates and stuff, and then I have to do it there. Come on.
What makes the situation even worse is that there is a drug that could help Kase, but it costs $400,000 a year. Trikafta has the potential to turn cystic fibrosis from a life-threatening disorder to a manageable condition. But Pharmac doesn't fund it, and it's not even on the list of drugs it may fund in the future.
It shouldn't be a lot of money, and yeah, just probably needs to be a little bit cheaper for people that are struggling.
Today, Kase, his mother Janine, sister Jakaiah and Nan Carol boarded a bus headed for Pōneke. They're carrying a petition with more than 100,000 signatures, pushing for a complete overhaul of Pharmac, the body which decides what medicines are funded in New Zealand.
This is the big one. That really goes to the heart of the issue, which is about funding Pharmac and reforming the way that it works.
Outside Parliament, on a wet, miserable day, these framed photographs are a memorial of the 50 people who've died while waiting for drugs to be funded. A heartbreaking reminder for whānau who've watched their loved ones pass away when medicine could have helped. Patients Voice Aotearoa spokesman Malcolm Mulholland.
Give Pharmac the money that they need in order to get these drugs funded so people can live and live well, and also to reform the agency. Let's not just stop with a half-assed review. Let's actually go the full hog, take a good look at it, because unless we do, people will suffer into the future.
You know, you would have read a lot about the Māori Health Authority and the plans to devolve funding and resources to Māori for them to make their own decisions, commissioning and the rest of it. Have you had a thought about the way that Pharmac works?
Yeah, look, I think there is some merit in actually having the discussion about whether or not Māori would be better served having their drug access come through a Māori Health Authority. But certainly when you look at what happened with Keytruda, it was funded for melanoma. It's predominantly a disease that affects non-Māori. Great for them, don't get me wrong, but for Māori we need Keytruda for lung, and that kills a lot of our people on a weekly basis.
For Kase's mum Janine, marching on Parliament was an emotional experience as she silently pleaded for her son's life to matter to the politicians who'd gathered.
It's hard to know that something is there and you can't have it, and it's something that's actually going to prolong the life of your child.
Could you ever imagine yourself to be in such a desperate situation?
No, and you don't want to ever imagine yourself to be in a situation like this. Yeah, someone you don't wish upon your worst enemy.
So while politicians watched on, whānau lay in silent protest, hoping their message would be heard.
I would have lay there for 2 weeks if it meant that something was going to happen from this and a message was going to get across. You know, I just held Kase's hand and, you know, and he's young, but I know that he understands why we were there and how important it is for us to get that message across.
And as the rain fell, Māori Party co-leader Debbie Ngarewa-Packer provided shelter.
We're all here for you, whānau.
Insisting their message was being heard.
What did she say?
Oh, she just said, hang in there, whānau, we are here, we can hear you. You may not think that we can, and you may not think this is worth it, but it is worth it.
And so when people do hear you, is that everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we know there's a lot of support out there. So we just want our message to get across. You know, we are with it. You know, everybody is with it.
There's some beautiful messages in the placards, and one of them is, I'm rare and I'm worth it. And when you consider that, you know, what we call taonga, when really taonga is just life.
Yeah, life precious. Yeah, let's look after it. And for Case, you know, worst case scenario, we don't get the wonder drug that we need, then we will make sure his life is as awesome as it can be, you know. But, yeah, to have that drug, it will just mean it will be for a lot longer.
He taonga, te oranga.